In the heart of Venice, a forbidden secret lies hidden on an island shrouded in mystery. Our journey takes us to the enigmatic Poveglia Island, a forbidden sanctuary veiled in mystery and cloaked in an eerie silence. This island has become a vessel for the echoes of a chilling past and has been estimated to have claimed over 100,000 victims over the course of its history. Join me today as we embark on a quest to uncover some stories and secrets of Poveglia, where every step unearths a new layer of history and horror. Before we begin, I want to note that viewer discretion is advised. Poveglia, once a quarantine station for the sick and the plague, is now a place of desolation. Its empty buildings are a stark reminder of a past filled with suffering. When the sun sets over the lagoon, the island reveals more than just memories of those who suffered there. It feels as if there's a dark, sinister force in the air, giving the island a haunting atmosphere. Poveglia's reputation as one of the most haunted places on Earth seems well deserved. But what led this once beautiful island to become a realm filled with nightmares, ghostly presences, and unspeakable horrors? To really understand, we have to dive deep into its history, exploring the stories and events that intertwine Poveglia with the captivating city of Venice. Historically, Poveglia is an island that has always been a mysterious place near Venice, a city known for its beautiful canals and stunning architecture. Poveglia, however, tells a darker story. Throughout the last 1,000 years, on multiple occasions, it became a quarantine location for people suffering from plagues and other diseases. This isolated island was where ships carrying sick passengers docked away from Venice to prevent the spread of these deadly illnesses to the general population. Imagine Poveglia as a lonely island echoing with the cries of the sick and the dying. The winds seem to whisper old stories, reminders of the pain that soaked into its grounds during its many plagues. The deaths and despair from that time left a shadow that still lingers in Venice. But it's not just history that makes Poveglia infamous. Stories of ghosts and strange happenings have made it a magnet for those fascinated by the supernatural. As the night falls, the island's eerie past feels almost tangible, blurring the line between the living and the dead. We're about to explore these hauntings and uncover the mysteries of Poveglia. Fast forward to 1348, when the bubonic plague hit Venice. Poveglia, like other little islands in the area, became a quarantine destination. Make no mistake, this plague was catastrophic, claiming the lives of a third of Europe's residents with relentless force. Scared of the disease spreading, Venice kicked out many of its sick residents to Poveglia. It was basically a death sentence. At the heart of the island, they burned the bodies of the dead and those too sick to fight back on big piles. This included many tens of thousands of people from Venice dying on the mainland. Unfortunately, these fires would rage once again on Poveglia over the next few centuries. By the late 1300s, the Chioggia War between the maritime republics of Genoa and Venice led to the island being abandoned for some time. A series of other plagues would devastate Venice after the Chioggia War, and in 1575 and 1630, Venice was once again devastated by new plagues. In 1776, the island fell under the jurisdiction of Venice's public health office, Magistrato alla Sanità, and became a checkpoint for all people and imports to Venice by ship. Napoleon, the great military leader, found value in Poveglia's spooky stories and its incredible place as a defensive location. He used to store gunpowder and weapons during his campaigns. The bell tower that stands today is actually a remnant from a 12th century church, which was destroyed by Napoleon and converted into a lighthouse. So this little island has seen it all, from invaders and plagues to ghostly legends and military campaigns. In the 1920s, Poveglia took on another ominous role as it housed the mentally ill in a poorly constructed asylum. Instead of being a place for healing and rehabilitation, it unfortunately served as a grim exile for those grappling with mental health issues. Disturbing rumors from the 1930s linger, suggesting that a doctor engaged in bizarre experiments and had performed unnecessary lobotomies on his patients. The tale takes a chilling turn as the doctor reportedly descended into madness, culminating in a haunting leap from the asylum's bell tower. Though the bell itself was removed many years ago, locals insist they still hear its spectral chimes resonating across the desolate island. As the night falls on Poveglia, a ghostly phenomenon emerges, casting a shadow of fear over the island. This is the sound of the phantom bell, a subtle reminder of the island's haunting past. The local people, both scared and intrigued, often talk about the chilling stories that have been handed down to them. From deep within Poveglia, they say that the sound of this ghostly bell can be heard. It cuts through the quietness around the waters, carried by the unpredictable winds over the empty land. This eerie ringing spreads across the South Lagoon as if the air itself is reacting to the island's dark history. But this bell isn't just a sound from the past, it's a reminder of the asylum's hidden horrors. Some who listen say they can hear more than just the bell. They describe hearing faint, sad cries mixing with the bell's sound, as if the spirits of the asylum's patients are still there, bound to the sound of this invisible bell. Even those who don't usually believe in ghosts are drawn to Poveglia, curious about the phantom bell. Though not everyone can hear it, its presence is felt by all who visit the island. It's more than just a sound, it's a part of Poveglia's atmosphere, leaving a lasting impression on anyone who sets foot on its haunted ground. This supernatural bell creates a deep feeling of discomfort and dread, making the phantom bell's experience unforgettable. In the mid-20th century, Poveglia, known for its chilling past, took another dark turn. The old asylum, a place of dread, was converted into a geriatric center for the elderly. This change added a new, somber chapter to the island's history, bringing frail seniors into a place still haunted by its past. The elderly, living within the old crumbling walls of the facility, unknowingly became part of Poveglia's ghostly history. Local stories tell of eerie sightings of shadowy figures moving through the empty hallways, like ghosts from the island's troubled past. The soft sounds of these apparitions echoed through the deserted corridors, creating a haunting sound that only the elderly, with their sensitive ears, could pick up. At night, the residents would stay in their beds surrounded by a heavy air filled with secrets. Whispering sounds like faint voices and shadowy spectral forms from Poveglia's dark history seemed to move through the old floorboards and along the drafty halls. It was as if the walls of the geriatric center themselves remembered the island's painful history, echoing the collective suffering of centuries past. When the center closed in 1975, the haunting didn't stop. It said that some of the spirits of the elderly residents stayed behind, trapped in a sort of ghostly waiting. Their lost looks, searching for peace, are rumored to still haunt the empty rooms where they once lived. The building, once full of life, now stands empty and silent, a sad reminder of the forgotten lives that once sought shelter on the haunted grounds of Poveglia. In an attempt to shake off Poveglia's morbid past, Italian workers started to renovate the old hospital, a now crumbling building that had seen so much of the island's history. However, this brave project unexpectedly fell apart, leaving a strange feeling hanging over the now deserted construction site. People living nearby, who know all about Poveglia's ghostly stories and history, believe something more mysterious stopped the renovation. They suggest that it wasn't just a difficulty of fixing up the old building, but rather invisible, sinister forces that still cling to the island. Tales of ghostly figures appearing among the ruins of the hospital are common in local lore. People who saw what happened describe a terrifying scene. They talk about ghostly beings with a strange power over the construction area, so frightening that the workers left everything behind and ran for their lives. Some even say that they saw these ghosts moving through the broken walls and exposed beams, as if the island's checkered past had come alive to guard its secrets. Poveglia seems determined to keep its secrets, wrapping anyone who tries to disturb it in a dark web of mystery. The halted construction project now stands as proof of the island's refusal to let go of its haunted history. Anyone who steps onto Poveglia, even with good intentions, finds themselves caught up in a ghostly battle with unexplainable forces, leaving the island's mysteries wrapped in a cloak of fear and fascination. Many people today still believe there is strong paranormal activity on the island, but for a lot of people, the ghastly tales of demon encounters and ghosts are legends passed down generation upon generation. In 2014, the Italian government proposed a 99-year lease for Poveglia, aiming to retain ownership as a source of revenue. The plan was to transform the deteriorating hospital into a luxury hotel, creating a captivating tourist destination. Italian businessman Luigi Bernaro submitted the highest bid at €513,000. However, due to the island's current state, haunted history, abandoned structures, and remains of past victims, estimates for renovation would cost around 15 to 16 million euros. The deal never went through, and following Bernaro's ascent to becoming mayor of Venice, he officially abandoned any plans for the island. In 2015, a private group called Poveglia per Tutti sought to raise funds to reimagine the island and draw visitors. Nevertheless, as of now, Poveglia remains untouched and uninhabited. The property is now completely closed to the public, so no new ghost sightings or stories have emerged. However, time will be able to tell the untold stories of those who perished on this once beautiful island. Unless someone brave decides to live on the island and find the truth, the stories will keep shocking us, and the beliefs of the hauntings will remain. Would you dare test your luck and stay on that mysterious island? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read each one and get your opinions. If you found this video intriguing and crave more insights into the island's secrets, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Your support means so much to me, and I look forward to having you along for the next exploration. Until then, see you in the next one.